Here is a full body strength HIIT circuit. Yeah, circuit workout. So in this workout, we'll have 3 circuits. Each circuit, you'll have 3 moves, which you'll use your dumbbells for. And then you'll have 2 moves where you have the option to use the mini band. The 2 moves are sort of glute core focused, and the 3 dumbbell moves are sort of full body situations. Work time is 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off for the dumbbell exercises. So that 10 seconds, just think of it as a transition time. So we're trying to go sort of back to back between those moves. We'll do those 3 moves twice through. Then we'll do the 2 banded or glute sort of core focused exercises, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, times 2. That's it. Nice and simple. I'll guide you through. We'll do a warm up, we'll do a cool down, and let's go. So let's start with that warm up. So standing up nice and tall, let's wake up the arms. We're just doing that for some arm circles, bringing them forwards in front of the body. So think of nice, big circles forward, and then big circles coming back. So here we're just trying to wake up the shoulders. I'm doing some work holding the dumbbells and thrusting them up overhead. So you want to make sure you got the whole body nice and warm. Good, just one more there. We're just going to take this arm up, and then we'll go over to one side. We'll come up, the other arm, come up to the other side. So just rolling through, waking up the side of the body. Inhaling and exhale as you go, just nice and free, easy movement, just straight, bending to the side. One more to each way, up, over, up, and over. We're just going to wake up the backs of the legs, and we'll do a little combo with a little deadlift and a squat. So feet about hips, like shoulder distance apart. You're going to hinge the hips back, then you squat down, and then come up. So you want to hinge, squat, stand. So we're just waking up the legs, and we're going to be squatting, we're going to be hinging. So it's nice to do the exercises we're going to be doing in the workout in our warm up as well. So as I said, each set we have 3 moves. We'll do 3 dumbbell moves, then 2 banded moves, 3 dumbbell moves, 2 banded moves, 3 dumbbell moves, 2 banded moves. So it's like a little sort of, almost like a glute core burnout, if you want to call it that. One more, and stand, and just nice and wide with the feet, heels in, toes out. Let's wake up the inner thighs. Little sumo, reach. Sumo squat, reach. Inhaling down, exhaling up. It's a nice low impact workout today. So we're just thinking going at your own pace with 45 seconds or 30 seconds of work. And we're doing it like a circuit. So trying to get into that nice transition, nice and quick. And once you're there, just off you go. And down. Last one there. Reaching up, just come to the bottom of your mat. Gonna roll down through the spine. So rolling through the spine. Wake up that whole spine and the hips. Walk out to your plank. Set the right foot up by the right hand. You can drop the left knee. I'm just gonna open and close. So think of rotating through that spine as you open up, close. Let's go for one more on that side and close, and then we'll switch. Stepping left foot up by left hand, rotating up and down. Opening that hand, I'm circling my arm as I go just to get a little bit more from the shoulder. Let's go for 2 more. Opening nice and wide and down. Just going to come to the mat here. Just going to wake up the glutes a little bit whilst we're down on the floor. So when you take the right foot and you're going to stomp the ceiling and bring it down. So imagine you're really kicking the ceiling with that foot. And we're opening up through a little bit in that hip as well as you come up. So nice and strong through the arms. Hinging, stomp the ceiling, down, stomp the ceiling, down. We're just going to go out to the side and in. So imagine you're just opening that leg straight out, the knees stay in line with each other. You might not come up very high, but we're trying to keep that upper body nice and steady. Let's go for 2 more on this side. Keeping the core nice and engaged. And let's switch. So tuck that left toe and you're going to stamp the ceiling and you're going to hinge it down. Stamp. So we're just waking up the glutes a little bit before we start. Stamp down, keeping that nice connection with your core to keep the upper body nice and still. Keep looking down, resist looking at me or looking forwards. Get that nice long back of the neck. Let's go for 1 more. Stamp, and then we're going to open out to the side. Open and close. Trying to keep that body nice and still. Try not to lean over to the other side as you bring that leg to the side. So an easy way to help stabilize is by pushing into the side of the knee that's moving. So my left knee is moving, so I'm pushing slightly more into my left hand. Let's go for 1 more. And then tuck those toes, come up into a down dog, you pedal through the feet, pushing back into the shoulders, walking the hands up to the feet or the feet to the hands. Gonna roll back up to standing. Just gonna come and do a little bit of just bringing the knees up as driving the arms down. So you're pulling at a string, that's what I imagine. That brings my knees up. Drive, driving, those knees nice and high. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then feet nice and wide, nice and quick. So quick feet, just getting the heart rate up a little bit before we start. And we're going to go back to those knee drives in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to drive. If you want more, you can take this into some high knees. I'm going to keep it low for impact today. Driving, really bring that knee nice and high. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then back, nice quick feet. Nice and quick. I'm just going quick on my feet. Move your hands. A little slow-mo running situation. If you like. I'm going to go back and forth. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, nice and warm, and I'll show you our first 3 moves. I shall demo the first 3 exercises, and we're going to just get cracking. The first 3 exercises are with dumbbells. I have a medium set here, so grab a lighter or heavier if you've got any handy. First move, we're going to be doing a squat thrust and then a reverse lunge. I'm going to reset and we're going to carry on. Squat thrust, reverse lunge. We're going to alternate sides on that one. Then we're going to do a deadlift. So deadlift down, we're going to row, come back up, we're going to deadlift down, we're going to straight back with the arms and up. Then you're going to drop to 1 dumbbell. We're going to do a front raise, so coming straight up. Again, we're going to curtsey, little tricep, up, back down with the arms. We're going to stay on the same side for that one. So let's start. We're going to alternate squat thrusting with that lunge. Okay, here we go. So squat, thrust up, find that balance. Going to step back, come back, and down. So squat. Think of coming up in one straight line with that arm. Down, thrust, reverse, up. So really thinking of keeping that lovely tempo going, and you want more quality over speed. Got about 10 seconds left. Down, here we go. 5 more. Reverse, up, squat, thrust, and finish. So we've got that 10 seconds to transition. So as a reminder, we're going to deadlift, row, deadlift, straight arm lift. Okay, here we go. We're going to deadlift. Hold your deadlift, row, come up, deadlift, sending the hips back, straight arms, come up. So you're going to try and slow down that movement on the row on the way up and on the way down. So this one, it's hardest to control that straight arm. Up, so a little combo, keeping that lower back nice and flat. 10 more seconds. So lower back, upper back nice and flat. Sticking that bum out for that deadlift. Almost there, straight arms. And up, okay. Let's drop to one dumbbell. Just pop it to the side. I'm gonna step back with this leg, which is my right, but with your left if you wanna mirror me. So we start, we're gonna lift up all the way overhead. Hold on to that dumbbell. You're gonna curtsy, hold it, little tricep extension, then come back to the top, bring it back down. So front raise, hold. So we're adding stability challenge here in that curtsy, back up, bring that dumbbell down. Using my exhale to bring that overhead, up, woo. 10 more seconds here. Rolling up. I've only got one set of dumbbells. All the rest, you see my boot in my car, just full of weights. I'm probably weighing my car down too much. Rest. Okay, we're going to do that from the top. So about 5 seconds. If you're ready, just go for it. So going to squat, thrust. And here we go. Squat, thrusting up. Hold that balance. Reverse. And you can always squat, thrust, return, and reverse lunge. Yeah? That's an option to modify. Reverse, up. Last time for this exercise. Thrust, reverse. So just thinking slow and steady here wins the race. About 10 more seconds to go. Hold that arm nice and tall when you come down. Maybe one more. Thrust, reverse, up, and rest. Look, quick rest. We'll have a minute to rest between this and our little burnout. So here we go. Gonna deadlift, row, come up, deadlift, straight arm raise, come up. So keeping those shoulder blades, pulling backwards, think down the back, cores nice and tight, straight raise, good. Just find the tempo you can keep for these sets. 10 more seconds. Row, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Up, deadlift. Lift those arms back. 2, 1, and dropping down to one dumbbell. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the other side. So I'm gonna move my left leg. These go really quick. So here we go. I'm gonna lift, hold overhead. Hold it nice and securely. Down, ooh, tricep. So I'm just hovering that knee off the ground. And if coming into a curtsy is too much, you can do this in a little reverse lunge instead. Or get rid of that tricep, or you can just give me the curtsy lunge, okay? Up, curtsy, woo, hold it, tricep, stand, and down. 10 more seconds. Raise, curtsy, hold, tricep, stand, and down. 3 more seconds. Let's do it to the end. Up, curtsy. I'm going to finish it off. Tricep, stand, bring it down, dumbbells to the side, have a sip of water. So we've got a minute-ish to rest in between. Time to catch our breath. So we can give it all for the 30 seconds, 10 seconds. So it goes really quickly. And I'll show you your exercises. Now the weight, you're gonna have the band around your ankles. So I've got a medium band. So again, if you've got lots of bands handy, you can go up or down for some. I've gone fairly light because we want a good range of motion. So the first exercise, be standing on one leg, balancing soft bend, cores nice and tight. You can just lift and lower. Then we're going to turn that leg out. So rotate from the thigh, I always say thigh, hinging forward. I'm going at an angle backwards. Yeah, you can hold on to the wall here if you like. I might do that just so I get a bit more stability. So let's start with one leg. Those raises, lift and lower. So you're trying to stay nice and stable. And again, you can hold on to something here if it's really wobbly. But I want to think of keeping that full foot parallel to the ground. So you really get it in this glute, and also the standing leg is doing a lot here. Good. Got 5 more seconds. Nice and tight, nice and stable, and rest. Woo! So I'm going to hold on to the wall for this one. We're going to hinge forwards. So I'm going to rotate that toe, hinging forwards. You can bring it back already to start. Think lift and lower. So you've got a little bit of external rotation, got that hinge going. Lift, lower. Squeeze that glute. Keep that standing leg nice and strong. Nice straight back, like in the deadlift. It's almost like a mini deadlift here. So working our core. Keep that turn. I've got 5 more seconds, staying with it. 3, 2, 1, and up. Let's do the other side. Okay. So standing up. Catch that breath. Let's transfer the weight. Getting ready. Core's nice and tight. And we lift and we lower. And we're trying to rock as little as possible on the other side. Make sure you've got a bend in that standing leg. And again, you could be holding on to something. I'm just trying to challenge my balance a little bit. Just work a bit more on that stability. Lift, lower, got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Okay, let's go to the other side. So find that hinge, bend in that standing leg, turn that leg out. So I want a bit of rotation in that hip. We're going to lift and lower here. Good, keep that back nice and straight. Lift, lower that standing leg. You should feel it burning. I do, I do. Keep going. Lift, lower, 7 more seconds. Eek. Both thighs, both glutes. Oh, and rest. Okay, remove the band, pop it to the side, have a sip of water, and I will explain the next exercises. So, first move, using both dumbbells, do like a little split lunge swing. So you get into your split lunge position, and you go down as you come up. You're gonna bring those dumbbells up into a little swing. That one's spicy, just a warning. Then, gonna go into a sumo squat, and curl. Slowly bring it down. Little sumo, clean, curl. That's that one. Then we're going to be doing, we're doing a lateral lunge with a front raise. So we're going to drop to one dumbbell again, like we did last time. Lateral lunge, lift it up, come back. So those are the 3 exercises. We'll do the sumo in between, just to give the lunging situation a bit of a break. So I'm going to put my left foot forward. I'm going to put my right foot back. And I'm going to go to a 90-90 with my knees, just to get that position for my split lunge. And off we go. So come up, thrust, bend. So you're just swinging the arms like you would in a cheeky kettlebell swing. Using that momentum. Let's go back and forwards. If you slow down, you will see it's harder to start back up again. 10 more seconds. We can do it. Down, up, down. Final 5. 3, 2, rest. Woo. Put those down for a second. That is such a spicy move. The heart rate comes up. So we're gonna grab, sumo, clean, and then a slow reverse back down to that curl. Here we go. Sumo, up to the shoulders, then slowly coming down. Sumo, slow. Catch that breath. Slow and steady. Down. Keeping the weight back in your sumo. Really tempted to lean forward. Good. Almost there. Clean. Down, nice and slow. Last one. Up. Slowly bring it down. Okay, we're going to drop to one dumbbell. Those lunges, they get me. Okay, let's do it. So in lunge, we hold, then we raise, then we stand. So we're going to stay on one side, lunging down, lifting, and up. Right, lots of core in that lift. So you've been going really heavy with the weight. This might be a time to go down a bit because it's going to really need a lot of core strength to keep you nice and stable. I'm going to just quieten down for a second just to catch my breath. That's the last one. Lunge, up and down. Okay, last time for those thrusty situations. Going in 3 seconds. We can do it. And here we go. So come down, up, whoop, finding that balance, up. So I'm just swinging my arms back and forth, using that momentum. You can see I'm falling all over the place. Here we go. Down, down, down. Almost there, 15 seconds. Final 10. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and oh my gosh, those are killer. Okay, sumo, using that to get this heart rate down. Let's do it. Sumo, clean. Slowly lower down. Good. Slow and steady. You can hear how much my heart rate has gone up because those swings. Luckily, I didn't put them in right at the start. 5 seconds. And down. 2. Rest. Or transition. Last move. Last move. 3. Let's do it. Lunge. Raise. Stand. Keeping those shoulders back. Lunge. Stand. Lunge. Lunge. Raise. Stand. I like to get a little tempo in my head to keep that motivation. 10 seconds. Remember sending the hips back. 5 seconds. Last one. Stand, rest. Okay, we got that. The glute tings. I'm gonna come to the ground for these two. I'm gonna sip some water. And breathe for a second. So, first time I did those lunge swings, we all know lunging is brutal at the best of times. Then we split lunge. Then we add swinging, and if you found that quite difficult today, I want you to think you can always come back to it, honestly, you can always come back to it. Okay, let me move this so I can see it. So our first move, we're We're going to be in a reverse table. So I think feet sort of almost under the knees, hands behind, mini bands on the thighs. This is where you might want to grab, a heavier mini band. So you're going to thrust up, squeeze the glutes, down, pressure on the band. Then you're going to flip over and we're going to be in a bear. So hover the knees, open, close. So it's a similar position, we're just flipping upside down. Okay, let's do it. Just clear the mat. 30 seconds on, you can have your hands however feels comfortable. Up, thrust and squeeze, and down. So I'm just tapping my bum down. This is where, like I said, you could probably grab quite a heavy mini band. Up and down. So I'm hinging up, squeezing the glutes, hinging back down. And down. And if this doesn't work, rest, switch. If this doesn't work, you can come onto your bum, onto your back and do a bridge there. 3, 2, hover those knees, and open and close. So just thinking of rotating through the hips. Keep the body nice and still. Working the core, working the arms, working the glutes. Open, closed. Keep pushing the floor away. Keep looking down. Keep that core nice and engaged. 10 more seconds. Almost there. Got one more circuit after this. Flying through. Last one. Down. Okay. Turning over. Breathing. Okay, going in 3 seconds. So set up. Make sure your feet are quite close to your bum. And then you thrust the hips up and bring them down. Squeeze the glutes and bring them down. And down. So I'm almost as if I'm rocking backwards and forwards. So you send the shins forwards and let them come back towards you. And down. 3 more seconds here. Last more, last one. One more, last more. Okay, last time we're doing these hovering bears. And off we go. And you can always do, like we did in the warm-up, hydrants. So having the knees down, just opening and closing towards the side. If this is too much. 15 more seconds though. We can do it. Opening and closing, opening and closing. Almost there, almost there. 5 seconds. Squeeze, push on the band, push on the band. Down, rest. Woo. Remove the band, remove the sweat. Grab a sip of water and we'll go. Oh, we got one more round. Ah! Oh my gosh, guys. It's 2 moves, 3 times through. Oh, it's because the first time round we did leg. Okay, right. Got a tiny bit extra to rest there. Let's do it. So hip thrust one more time. Here we go. So coming up and down. And this here is your unfiltered workout. Good. Down, thrusting up, squeeze, down. I mean, what's an extra 10 seconds rest, right? Versus some very creative editing probably from me. Down, we're only human. One more squeeze, 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 squeeze. Down, lovely. Okay, now this is the last one. Right, move that to the side. Let's do it. 2, 1, and up we go. Open, closed. Open, closed, open. Good, keep going. 10 more seconds. Thought this was over, so did I, but we can do it because we're going to 5 seconds left. Go, 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 go. 2, 1, rest, come off the wrist, and let's come up to standing. Remove that dumbbell. Okay, I'll show you your next and 5, 3 at third, and final moves for this lovely circuit. So I'm gonna snatch, sink nice and low, up, we're gonna march, march, and down. We'll stay on the same side, and then king, leg, up, try not to hover, we'll stay on the right side, or whichever side, and then we'll swap. Then we're gonna grab both dumbbells. We're gonna do that sumo stance, so heels in, toes out. We're gonna bring the dumbbell center, go into a little deadlift, and up, sumo deadlift. Then, one dumbbell, reverse lunge, holding the dumbbell at your waist. Gonna twist over that bent knee at the front. Okay, so one dumbbell needed for the first one. Going about 5 seconds. Catch your breath, let the heart rate come down, and off we go. So come down, push through the legs, up. I'm gonna hold, I'm gonna march, march. We'll do 4 marches, 4, back, down, snatch, up, march. So think slowly up, slowly down. Reset, down, march, march, snatch, and march. 2, 3, 4, and down. Up. You can grab a heavier weight with the snatches if you like. You've got one handy. And last round, up, march. Slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady, and let's grab our other dumbbell. So we're going into a sumo deadlift. So we've got the heels in, we've got the toes out, and weights in the center. So like we did in the beginning, send the hips back and bring them up. Send the hips back, bring them up. Shoulders back and up. So it's just getting the inner thighs a little bit more, slow and steady. Linger, power. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. Last one here. Okay, let's go to 1. I'm going to stay on the same side. So I'm going to step back on my left leg, just so I twist towards you guys. So here we go. Hold it at the waist, reverse, hold, then twist from the waist and come back up. So you're not twisting from the arms, you're thinking twist at the waist, come up. You twist at the arms, we're more focusing on just bring the arms around rather than bringing the spine around. Mobilizing through that spine, but also strengthening that core, your lower stability muscles, but also lovely, lovely. They're all lovely, aren't they? All muscles are lovely, but strengthening our obliques as well, which are also really, really good for stabilizing, especially when we're talking and twisting. Okay, that's round 1. First side done. Second side. Snatch, march, march. 2, 1, let's do it. Snatch, hold. We're gonna march. Slowly bring that leg down. Slowly bring that leg down. 4, and reset. Snatch, up, march. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Reset. Power. March, march. This marching exercise is so good. Stability, core. If you want to lift heavy, go have a really nice strong core. If you want to walk around, not falling over, or grabbing something off a shelf, these are really good exercises for that. Rest. Okay, we're going to need both our dumbbells for this one. That lovely sumo deadlift. Then we've got our final glute burnout. Okay, here we go. Ready? And heels in, toes out. Let's do it. Hinging back. And up. Hinge those hips back. Let the knees bend slightly, just to give you some more space. But I don't want you to think bend like a squat. We're doing hinge like a deadlift. Hinge, send the hips back. Tilt that pelvis. 20 more seconds. Let the gaze go down as you go down. 10 more seconds. Almost there. And 1 dumbbell. Last move with the weights. I'm going to turn just so I'm not twisting to the wall, twisting towards you guys. So step back, hold the weight at the waist, twist, come back up. This is like one of the foundational moves that you learn to learn about stability, and I always come back to it. Whoa! Because you see why, right? It's very good. You're balancing, super functional. We do loads of balancing things. We do loads of unilateral work day to day. So 1 leg at a time. Imagine like walking up the stairs and you need to grab something. Your keys have fallen on that side. You'd be like, oop, this is gonna help. Down. And up. Last one. Down, twist, stand. Very nice. Move those dumbbells. Won't need those again. We're gonna come down to the mat for our final 2 exercises, but in the meantime, I'm gonna have a sip of water. All right. So, exercises. We're doing a clamshell and a single leg bridge pulse. Oh yeah. Okay. So clamshell, want you to be on your side. Bend those knees quite a lot. Think like 45, and the lower part of your feet are in line with your bum. So it's out at an angle, like a V. Then you're gonna be on your elbow, and rather than sinking down here, I want you to think, push up through the side, and then we're gonna be opening and closing that band without rolling back. So you can have your hand on your hip here to open and close. I'll give an option to scale it up as well, if you fancy. Okay, we're going in 3 seconds. So sit up, push that floor away, cores nice and tight, nice and stacked. So you can open and close, keep the feet together, or you can come up through the hips. So you're nice and stacked, little side plank. Gonna open and close here. This is where I am today. Wherever you are, don't worry, just think of squeezing that bottom glute, keeping yourself nice and high, push those hips forward, opening, closing in this oyster clamshell. 1 more, open, close, come down. Right, coming onto our backs. We're gonna stay on one side, we're just gonna pulse up and down. So I've got my right foot up, I'm gonna go up, I'm just gonna pulse through, adding extra tension on this band with my leg that's up. So just gonna do once on each side of this move. 15 seconds here. Pulse, 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 pulse. You could just be in a bridge as well. You can add a weight here if you want a bit extra. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. And we're gonna do all that on one more side, and then it's a wrap. Okay, 3 seconds to set up. Maybe do one more little burnout. Who knows? Okay. Open, close here. I'm going to come up into my clamshell, opening and closing. So I'm pushing through the glute on the floor. I'm not letting my head drop. Opening, closing. Cores engaged, 10 seconds here. Almost, almost. Squeeze band, close the band. You can always get rid of the band as well. Squeeze and lower down. Okay, let's do the other glute. So right foot's, well, my right foot's down, my left foot's up. Here we go. So I'm just thinking, well, my band is gone. So I'm thinking, relax the glute, squeeze the glute. Relax, squeeze. Relax, squeeze. And if you're not feeling it much, you might have to bring that foot a little bit closer. 10 more seconds. Almost there, almost there. 2, 1, and down. Release that band. We did it. band to the side, bloop, and just hug the knees into the chest. Roll the knees open. Breathing nice, long breaths. I'm going to put the left foot on the floor flat. Take the right foot, hold behind the leg. You can straighten that left leg along the floor if you want more. Or we're here just stretching out that hamstring. You can rotate through the ankle, relax through the shoulders. And just breathe here. You can hold high up on the leg if you like, if that's available, wherever. As long as you're feeling a stretch in that hamstring. That's what counts. And then you're going to bring that foot over for a little figure 4 stretch. So you're going to interlace behind the left thigh, right ankle over left knee. Imagine you're pushing a wall away with the left foot, and breathe. So this should feel nice on the glutes after that workout. Absolutely smashed it. And all of these exercises can be done, all of the glute exercises can be done without a band as well. And we're going to release, keep the left leg, right leg down, hamstring stretch there. Breathe and relax. You can rotate through that ankle, keep the shoulders down. Holding that knee in, we're just going to bring it over for the figure 4 stretch on the other side. If you find this particularly difficult, if your head's up, so you've got really tight, if you've got quite tight hip flexors, then you can do this sat on a chair. Same thing, just sit on the chair and put the knee up. And then you don't have to strain with your head up because you want your neck to be nice and relaxed. I'm going to release that there. So we come onto our fronts. A few cat-cows to stretch through. You can rotate through the wrists if that feels nice. Just give those a stretch. We're going to go cat-cow. And if it's particularly harsh on the wrists, you can bring the hips further back to relieve that pressure on the wrists. Or you can come down into like a cobra or sphinx pose with your forearms down. Good. I'm just going to sit on the heels, sit on the feet and just bring the hands back, stretch the quads and send, you can stretch here or you can send the hips up for a bit more. Or you can do the standing quad stretch as well. Nice. Just coming down. You're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Making sure I've got space. Interlace hands behind the back. Just come forwards and over. Stretching through the arms. Release through the shoulders. Roll up. Bring the hands out in front, pulling away. Stretching through the back. Then we're going to come up. Going to one side. You can hold the wrist here. Up. Coming over to the other side as well. Release those hands down. Give the shoulders a roll. And that there was your full body HIIT circuit with some bit of glute banded exercises thrown in for good measure. Absolutely smashed it. If you need to stretch some more, please go ahead, have some water, and you're amazing.